This is your first North American tour, right? Or
Absolutely,
one.
yeah.
So, actually, two questions regarding that, and then we'll square up because we're all freezing out here. But first of all, how do you like touring North America? First question.
For me, personally, yay, that's cool.
I knew it was going to happen once.
Yeah, I know too. So for me personally, this is a big thing for me because I've been dreaming to go to the U.S. since I was, I don't know, 14 maybe or 13. I even painted my nails as an American flag when I was much younger. So and especially in New York, I really wanted it to visit.
Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah. Yes, amazing. And and the tour so far is great.
Yeah.
And the audience, oh my God, the audience. I fell in love, actually.
Yeah, and I've noticed this, like, because a lot of, like, deathcore fans, like, people who like Whitechapel and Suicide Silence listen to you guys, but then you have, like, a black metal audience with Cradle of Filth. Have you noticed a variety in the fans at the show?
Of course, absolutely different, like black and white, you know.
You can even stand on stage and just see which part of the audience belongs to Cradle of Filth and which came to see us. Yeah.
Well, you just look at the ones that are in corpse paint and the ones that are
Yeah, and then the ones which are in the mosh pit. Yeah, and wearing the cap. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I remember the last time we spoke, and this actually touched my heart. I remember when you and Tatiana said it was always your dream to come to the United States.
That's true.
Just even before forming a band, just living in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Now that, you know, because when you were playing with Cradle of Filth, that was your first time in the United States.
Yeah,
right?
it was, I think, first week ever we were in the States. Just first week.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now that you've been touring in the States more, this is your third tour in the U.S., kind of, how do you like the United States metal scene and playing here? Do you have...
I absolutely love it. It's very entertaining, and there are really a lot of dedicated metalheads, metal fans, and what I like most is that wherever you go, you find people who listen to metal and come up to shows, show up and go crazy while you're on stage. Wherever you go, absolutely everywhere, all across the United States and Canada, just North America. We're gonna go to Mexico this month in the end of November, and I'm sure it's gonna be the same.
The metal fans in Mexico, you're gonna have the biggest mosh pit you'll ever see in your life there.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah. Now, maybe playing in the United States for the first time? You know, my mom is from Europe, and when she first came to the U.S., it influenced her life so much. Do you think that playing in the U.S. and experiencing the culture of the United States, did that maybe help influence your music at all for Micro?
I can't say it's only about the States. It's just about seeing the world. Everywhere. Last time after we met with you last time in spring, we after that we were in Canada. We were in the Philippines. We again toured all around Europe in the summer, and it's all about experience and impressions we had. And of course, we just cannot but use all those experiences and emotions and impressions we had in our music, because we're different people, because of all those things happened to us.
Yeah.
And it does reflect in our music for sure.
Yeah. And you've mentioned that it's sometimes hard for other bands that are from Ukraine or just any like Eastern Europe, whether you're from Moldova or Romania, Georgia, anywhere. It's sometimes hard for bands to get out there. I think with all the success you guys have, that could really inspire bands to...
Hopefully, yeah. I really hope that more bands from Eastern Europe will be able to break through and come here and tour here. So I really hope so.
Yeah, because it's funny, a lot of bands, and I've told you this before, like there's been plenty of times where I'd see bands and they had Kiev on like their tour dates, and they've always said how much they loved it there and everything, but I guess for some bands, they just want to if that start there, they just want to get out.
Well, yeah. The problem about breaking out of there, it's a very, very long issue to talk about. Yeah, a lot of bands come to Ukraine, a lot of bands, and they love playing there. But not a lot of bands, unfortunately, go out of Ukraine and play somewhere. Yeah. That's a problem.
Well, I think you guys may start something. We'll see a whole surge of Ukrainian bands.
Hopefully, yeah.
And I was always curious about this coming from a European band. What I've noticed is it doesn't matter here in America, if your band is from Europe, people are immediately interested. It doesn't matter if it's At the Gates, it doesn't matter if it's Rammstein, it doesn't matter if it's Delane. It's everybody seems to just love European metal, which I think is what helped you guys here so much. I was curious, do you know why maybe there's so like European metal is put on such a pedestal here?
Do you know that it is absolutely the same, but in the opposite way in Europe? People really love American bands.
Really?
Same way, yeah. And I think it's because we are not absolutely, but way different from each other. And people love something different. People love something exotic. That's why they might accept something from overseas better than local things.
Yeah. I've seen like a documentary on like metal bands from countries. Like there's a band from like Angola, Africa. Like people are like, come here. And then Tyr from the Faroe Islands played here. Like, I've never even heard of that country. So people are excited to see that. So.
Yeah. So people really love exotic things. And that's why it happens this way, that whoever comes from overseas is maybe accepted in a better way than even same good bands from the States or from Europe, but local ones.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to be here in the States again. This year, 2018, for sure can be called the year of ginger in the US.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were here in the spring, we were here in the summer, and now we're here in the fall. So I'm looking forward to all the cities on this run across the whole US. I'm looking forward to meeting all our fans, all the Devil Driver fans, Raven Black fans. Hopefully you will become our fans too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is gonna be fun. Anything to add on this?
You said it all. No.
I stole it from you.
Yes. Perfectly built speech. No, seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you too. A lot.
Okay. So see you soon.
Bye. Adios.
So you are back to Europe from North America and actually Philippines. So how was it in North America and, of all the places, Philippines?
I must say that was beyond all expectations. Yeah, we are so surprised to see so many people who came for the first time at our shows and actually gave us a huge feedback and support. And yeah, thank you very much, guys. Yeah, I didn't have chance to thank you, but here we are.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who came to see us in North America and in Philippines. It's just, that was something overwhelming.
The US tour was amazing, personally for me, because I have been dreaming to go to the US since I was, I think, 13 or maybe 14. And yes, I had an opportunity, the priceless chance to see all those places I wanted to see. And if we speak about like music and band and performing, that was great too, because as far as I know, a lot of bands like us, like upstarters, if they tour around the US, they actually tour like in a shitty venues or stuff like that. And again, we are pretty grateful to Cradle of Filth, because they gave us a chance to play like major clubs and legendary clubs around the US. So yay! Yeah, I'm really happy and still remember this tour. Yes.
still here in my heart.
And, you know, just last year was the first time you toured North America, and you said that that was like a real, almost kind of like pinnacle moment for your career. Did maybe touring the States, like, give you new perspective that influenced this album?
It definitely gave us a lot of perspectives, and I am, let's say it this way, it's very hard to say now where we have the biggest following, either in Europe or in US, but judging by the shows we just played, this half of a tour we just did, and all the sold outs we had, and the reactions we had, so I would probably say that now we have more following here in the US than in Europe.
Really?
Yes.
These past couple of tours you've done, you've really developed such a dedicated fan base, and I've met a lot of fans who, you know, the line is around the block right now, and people have told me on how your music has touched their hearts and really opened their mind up to new ideas. When you hear how your music has helped a fan or inspired them, does that change your perspective on who you are as an artist?
Well, definitely. It's a well-connected. These are two well-connected things: fans and the artist. And definitely, fans have an impact on the artist, especially if your music somehow, you know, helped them in their lives. Yeah, I don't know, help them to go through a difficult period of their lives. Yeah, definitely. When they come back to you, meet you at meet and greets, or just text you on social media and tell you about this, it of course has an impact on how you make music in the future, because you start understanding how valuable it may be for the others and how precious it may be for the others.
Yeah, it's like just as much of a responsibility.
Yes, exactly.
Yep.
We played a tour with Cradle of Filth, a tour with Devil Driver, a short mini tour ourselves, and the last tour was the fourth for us in the States. Yeah, like a first real big headline tour in the States, and it was sold out. I would say that it is just different from the European market, and musical tastes of people are different, and that is why for a lot of European bands it is very hard to break through there. I don't know why it is different for us. Maybe because we're not 100% European band. We come from Eastern Europe, and culturally, the environment we grew up in and music we grew up with was definitely a melting pot. We listened a lot to European bands, and we listened a lot to American bands. And guys, I listened, I think, equally to both. But guys like Roman or Tatiana, they actually listened more to American bands. And it seriously influenced our music too. Their tastes, their influences, artists they grew up with, musicians. Definitely it influenced our music, and maybe this is one of the reasons why our music now applies so much to the Americans.